I wanted to make a video real quick. Um, I went to the Baptist church today again. Um, I've been going to three different Christian churches all at the same time. You know, I know it's a lot, but I feel like God's been wanting me to do this. So, and I was asking one of the Baptists, I'm like, how do you know if you're saved? Because it would suck if you thought you were saved, but then you died and you realized you weren't saved. You know what I mean? I thought about this. You think you're saved your whole life, but you're not, basically. So that's what I asked him. Um, and I feel like I've done all the things to be saved in the past. And no matter what I do, the Christians say, oh, no, you're not saved. You got to do it again, or it's never enough, For me, in my case, like for me to be saved, it's a lot. It takes a lot more. Not for the Christians, it's simple for them. For me, because it's me, it's tougher, because I won't even say it. Because I'm too bad to be saved, basically. But anyways, when I was sitting in the Baptist church, I was thinking about Jesus. When you really think about it, it's impressive that he knows about the INFJ type people. You know what I mean? He knows them. When billions of people on the planet could study the INFJs for years and still not understand the INFJ. Billions of people could be around the INFJs and not understand them. But Jesus understands the INFJs. Not just understands them. He utilizes them, tracks them, teaches each of them differently. This is what I've learned. He has a unique relationship with each INFJ. Very unique. He teaches each one different things. You know what I'm saying? He does. That's why I noticed like other INFJs aren't doing what I'm doing. That God's walking me through. He has them walking a different way, a different road. You know what I mean? That's what I learned. He's he has unique relationships. This is what I'll say. He's led us down different paths, totally different paths, but at the same time, our paths are connected in a way. They unite, they help each other in a way. But we all walk different paths. Like Jesus walked us through different paths on purpose. He's teaching us different things on purpose. That's what I realized. Like each relationship he has with each INFJ is unique. And so, but it's interesting because only Jesus knows the INFJ. Like each INFJ, only he knows. Even more so than the INFJ knows themselves. Like he knows me more than I know me. So he knows how to utilize me better than I would by myself, for sure. But anyways, that's what I thought about today. It's like people think so poorly of me that I can never be saved, even if I did it right. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, I don't believe you. Anyways, that's what I realized. Is like it's kind of the Christians, and I knew this would happen. It's kind of the Christians that turn me off from Jesus too. You know what I mean? Even though Jesus is nothing like them, and I have to keep reminding myself that he's nothing like them. But it's their commentary that just annoys me to the point where I'm like, oh, fuck Christianity, you know. I'm like, I'll go to hell. I don't care. That's all they're gonna yap about. And hell's probably a real place. It probably is. That's what I learned today as well. From the Baptist. Hell's probably a real place. I don't know. So maybe God's trying to save me from hell. I don't know. Even though he knows I don't care about that. Anyways, God knows I'm so worn out of religious anything. For my whole life, religious jargon, fear tactics. I'm so worn out from all of it that I'm just like numb to it all. Like, God knows I don't care for any of that. I'm to the point where, like, show me a God that gives a shit about me and knows me for me and cares about me for me. Fuck all the religion bullshit. Fuck all the scripture bullshit. Show me a God that gives a shit. That's where I'm at. I don't care about any of that. If a God doesn't give a shit about me, I don't care about any of that, obviously. I'm serious. And that's, God knows that's where I'm at. You know, if God doesn't care about me and can't prove it, that's the thing. If God can't even prove that he cares about me and prove that he's suffered more than me and can't even prove it, I don't care about anything but what religion says. It's being saved, nothing. If God doesn't give a shit about me in the first place and can't even prove it, I don't care about any of that. And God knows that. I'm serious. Like, why would I care about being saved for a God that doesn't even care about me? You know what I mean? And can't even prove that he cares about me. Doesn't even prove that he even knows me. Can't even prove that he's been through more than me. Yeah. But a lot of Christians don't get that. They see this disconnect of, like, God's way out there. He doesn't need you. He doesn't have to do anything for you. Okay? So I don't need to do anything for him. You know? There's a disconnect, you know. God doesn't need me. I don't need him. According to the Christians. But I don't believe that's true, though. Like I said, in Marvin's letter, it says, God says he needs us. And I believe it. The way God has been kept pursuing me, you know, he has more than, I'm like, it's almost like a loving parent trying to bring in a really wounded, awkward kid towards him. That's how it feels. Like, I'm just like, I don't know. Yeah. I can feel your love, but it's still awkward. You know, he's pulling me in, yeah. Like he needs me for some reason. I'm like, I don't know why God needs me. I'm like, he needs me more than I need him, that's for sure. Actually, that's not true. I need him to survive. I do. But anyway, just like Jesus needed him to survive, I need God to survive too. That's what I realized today. When I was trying to pay a bill today, that was like $1,500. No joke. I realized it was all paid off somehow. A $1,500 medical bill was all paid off somehow today. I'm like, that was God. Because I'm like, he knows I don't know how things are going to work out. And that whole bill got paid off somehow. You know, so he's like pulling shit off to keep me going. You know what I mean? Because he needs me for something, you know. He knows I'm hitting all the Christian churches, you know. It's helping him somehow, you know. I don't know. I'm like involved with so many communities at once. That's what I thought about today. I'm involved with 3 Christian communities at the same time, and a metaphysical community, and the YouTube community, all at the same time. You know, it's wearing me out. But I feel like that's what God utilizes. That's what I'm talking about. He utilizes the INFJ. He can utilize me to do that because time doesn't exist to me. I could go to one thing to the next in one day, you know, like no problem. Like one person would just stick with one religion and just go home. Me, after leaving one church, I go to another one that's open up at the different time of the day. You know what I mean? I just go one to the other, basically. God knows I do that. I'm just like, how much more can I advance in one day, basically? You know, that's how God knows that's what I do to progress myself and maybe force a purpose, you know. But he knows that I've kind of lost hope in him, but I'm doing this anyways. You know, I'm walking this road anyways, but I've kind of lost hope. I have in God to give me a life, to heal me all the way. I've lost hope. I have, but I don't care. I'm still like going anyways. Like, see if I can be saved before I die really quick, so I go to heaven when I die, But God knows I've never cared about any of that most of my life. Growing up in religion, I didn't even care about going to heaven. None of that. I didn't care about any of that. I was just like, I'm like, can I just play my video games, please? That's how I was. I'm like, what's all this fear mongering about? I don't want to be a part of any of all this fear mongering bullshit of religion. I want it, no part of it. Can I play my video games now? Can I just tune out from all this bullshit? And that's what I thought about today. I feel like I was forced to live against my will, forced to live a life against my will, like throughout religion. I was forced to live against my will, forced to do things against my will. That's what I thought about. I was forced to stay alive through all this against my will. In my opinion, it was against all my will. Sometimes I still feel the same way. Like I'm staying alive against my will, but I don't know. God needs me for something, even in my condition. Even me on medication, God still needs me to do shit for him. I'm not bullshitting. He doesn't care what condition I'm in. Doesn't care. He's like, push through the pain. And that's another thing that when I was talking to the Baptist guy, I'm not sure what position he is, like an assistant to the pastor. But when he was talking about what Jesus did and his resurrection, all that, in my mind, I'm like, that is impossible. In my mind, I'm like, being resurrected from the dead is impossible. But I'm alive right now, so it is possible. You know what I mean? So my mind is still in denial. 100% about what Jesus did. What he did back in the day. I'm still in denial. And where he is now, at this point, I'm in denial about it. It makes me mad. It makes me angry. It does. I'm like, I don't know. It forces me in a weird spot, like, because if he didn't do that, then I would have been right. My whole life I would have been right. And the fact that he did all that makes it that I'm not right. And I have to admit that Jesus was right. You know what I mean? That he did suffer my life specifically somehow. He knows what it's like to be me. As fucked up as I am, he knows what it's like to be me. That's crazy. But like a lot of people don't know, like I do, and like Jesus does, how much I've been through. Let's put it this way. Jesus has been through the most. I've been through the second most. The person that's been through the third most is way down, way below me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even joking, and God knows this. As far as suffering throughout my life, I'm the only one that's come even close out of any human to Jesus as in suffering. I know this. He knows it. I know it. That's why I'm still in shock about Jesus suffered my whole life. It's that much suffering. I can't believe someone else did that. I can't believe it. It makes me mad. I'm like, because it puts me in a position where I have to admit it. I have to admit that he did it. And I was talking to a Christian about this. He's like, Jesus took on all your sins. And I'm like, he didn't just take on all my sins. He suffered my entire damn life. My whole life. For decades. He suffered the whole thing. He knows what it's like to be me the whole way. Not just my sins, but every injury I've had, every psychological thing I've gone through, everything. You know, he's been through it. You know, he's been locked up like me. You know, he knows what it's like to be locked up against his will. You know, that kind of thing. He knows what it's like to want to get off the planet. He knows what it's like to be me. You know, he knows what it's like to feel betrayed by God most of his life. He knows what it's like to hate God most of his life. He knows what it's like to try to take God down most of his life. Like I said, he knows what it's like to be me, and that's fucking insane to me. I can't handle that. That someone knows me that well. Because I wanted to believe what people said about Jesus. Like he's just a story in a book. You know, that's all he is. Story in a book. He's just a picture on the wall. That's all Jesus is, just a picture on the wall. Or all Jesus is a statue. You know, not the actual fucking, not actual suffer my life for real. You know how scary that is, that someone suffered my life for real. That's some scary shit. You know, in a way. Oh my god damn it. So for the most part, I just keep my mouth shut in the Baptist church. You know, unless I'm just like thinking about how Jesus utilizes the INFJs for his benefit. I swear he utilizes the INFJs, each one of us, in a unique way. He does. He has one INFJ doing this, you know, like studying scriptures more than everybody else. And then me going through suffering more than any other INFJ, you know, pushing through suffering, you know, and I don't know. That's just what I noticed. Yes, each INFJ he utilizes each INFJ differently. But only he can do that. It's like it's his secret that he knows all the INFJs. Jesus does. No one on the planet knows the INFJs. Even if they were studied for years, no human could understand the INFJ, but Jesus knows us very well, to the point where he can utilize us. He knows us that well. That's what I thought about today. My goddamn. And it actually makes me mad. Because, like, if Jesus was the way the Christians saw him, he wouldn't know about me. You know what I mean? He wouldn't, in my opinion. That Jesus that they think he is and wouldn't know about me. You know, some freak that doesn't fit in with the Christians, you know. Jesus wouldn't know about me. Jesus couldn't comprehend me. You know, Jesus couldn't help me. You know, some loner, wanderer, you know. I don't know. But yeah, God knows I don't know how this is going to work out. I was telling the Baptist, I'm like, I left everything in the dust, you know. I walked away from Mormonism. I walked away from my family of origin. I walked away from everything to nowhere, you know. So I'm like trying to get support from different communities to keep me going. You know, that's what I've been doing. I'm like just getting support from anywhere to keep me going. Because God knows I'm like, this is pointless. I'm in no man's land and I'm not even healed. You know, everyone says Jesus can heal anything. He hasn't healed me. So I'm in no man's land. I'm not even healed. You know. But I don't know. I don't know what to do most times, you know. God knows, God knows I'm disappointed. I thought I'd be fully healed by now. I'm not. So I'm kind of just going blitzkrieg, all Christian churches at once. Blitzkrieg, towards God. I do know God cares, I do know that much about me, despite what anybody says. And it's true what somebody said in a comment. Only Jesus cares about you. Because of Jesus, you matter. It's true. As much as I hate to admit it, Jesus is the only one that cares about me right now. At this moment. As far as completely caring about me, Jesus is the only one. But I feel like I got set up from the beginning. I got set up in a fake religion. I was talking to the Baptists about this. I got set up in a fake religion. God put me in a fake religion from the get-go. He put me in a psychopath family, fake family, So God kind of set me up, to fail from the get-go. He set me up. That's what I was saying. I'm like, he set me up. God set me up. In an unwinnable situation. God set me up. He knows it. He's like, I'm gonna put you in an unwinnable scenario. Good luck. That's exactly what happened. God put me in an unwinnable scenario from day one on the planet. So I am the survivor of survivors. I don't care if I quit. If I want to quit, every survivor wants to quit every now and then. Even Jesus wanted to quit. Take this cup from me. Even your Jesus wanted to quit. Take this cup from me. How many times do I have to say it? Take this cup from me, God. Jesus said that. Do I have to say it again? Do I have to say it again? Your beloved Jesus wanted to quit. Do I have to say it again? I don't think people comprehend that. Your Jesus, the one you worship and praise, wanted to quit. So why are you harping on me for wanting to quit? Jesus wanted to quit. The one above me. The one that's been through more than me. The God of all gods. He wanted to quit. A God wanted to quit. Think about that. The ultimate survivor, Jesus, wanted to quit. The ultimate survivor of suffering wanted to quit. Do I have to say it again? Because I don't think people get that. Do I have to say it again? Can you tell I'm getting sick of people harping on me? Cut me down. Yeah. So all I do is revert back. Jesus wanted to quit too. Take this cup from me. Take this cup from me, God the Father. Those are quitting words. And Jesus felt betrayed by God. Jesus felt betrayed by God. Do I have to say it again? Jesus felt betrayed by God. See, there's a similarity between me and Jesus. We both felt betrayed by God. Why have you forsaken me? Do I have to say it again? Why have you forsaken me? One more time. Why have you forsaken me? So, get off my case. That's what I'm trying to say. You don't know what you don't comprehend. Yeah. God knows it. Like, no one comes close to someone that's suffered more than me on the planet right now. No one even comes close to third place. Not even close. No one comes close to me. That's alive right now. So I don't want to hear it. God knows it too, because he's been through what I've been through, so he knows it. Even though I can't comprehend that someone's been through as much as me. It bothers me. You know how much satisfaction it would bring me if I had the knowledge that there was no Jesus. If I had the knowledge of that, because I did test it. If I had the knowledge that there was no Jesus, I would go guns blazing against all the Christians, against all the Jesus followers. I would go guns blazing against them. You know what I mean? Because I would have the knowledge, because I would have tested it. So the fact that there is a Jesus kind of bothers me. You know what I mean? Because I can't do that. I can't. You know what I mean? Because a lot of Christians, they are annoying, very annoying, and I think a lot of INFJs agree. They're annoying. That's why a lot of us don't go to church, because they annoy us. I don't think Jesus said annoy the shit out of people. I don't think that's what he said. But anyways. But yeah, Jesus wanted to quit. Do I have to say it again? Jesus wanted to quit. Do I have to say it again? So I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Survivors don't quit. Jesus wanted to quit. Do I have to say it again? Take this cover from me. Is it computing yet? The one you worship and praise, he wanted to quit. The ultimate survivor, Jesus, wanted to quit. He wanted out. So, what I'm saying is, back off. God knows how hard this road's been for me. I don't need any yappers at me, you know what I mean, to make it any harder, But God thought I was ready for the Christians. He thought I was ready for it. That's why he brought them in. I was doing just fine and dandy without the Christians. Just fine and dandy, I was. Just peachy. But God brought them into me, I never say subscribe, ever. God brought them to me, all right? If I wanted the Christians to me, I would say subscribe, if I wanted that. If I wanted all these other factions to me, I would have said subscribe, but I don't, because this is real shit I'm talking about. This isn't fucking social media bullshit. This is real life. Real life here. God knows it. This is real suffering going on here. This is a real path. I'm not making it up. He knows it. God knows I'm on a real path right now. It's not making up. It's not make believe. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he just had me read a fucking letter from Marvin, a prophecy from Marvin. This path is really happening, all right? I'm on a real path right now. It's a lot of stress. It's a lot of pressure, God knows how I was seen my whole life. He knows the religious bullshit I was up against that drove me nuts. All the religious jargon I grew up around, He still wants me to walk this road, to face more of that shit, more onslaught, He knows how much onslaught I've already taken growing up by religion, by psychopath parents. He knows how much shit I've had to put up with. I have to put up with more that he knows coming my way, Like I said, there's been no reward for any of this. None. God knows it. I've never lived a real life, ever, on this planet. Never lived a real life. That's how bad it's been. that's why I'm shocked. That's why I'm truly shocked that Jesus suffered more than me. I'm shocked. Like at the Baptist church tonight, I was like, it's still impossible. My mind is still in denial about Jesus suffering as much as me. That's how much I've been through. And God knows it. I've been through that much that I can't comprehend someone else that's been through the same as me. I can't comprehend it. It drives me nuts. I can't comprehend that someone else, like, there's no one on the planet that is so so much denial about Jesus than me. You know what I'm saying? Because what I went through, no one else could pull that off, you know? No one else could survive what I went through. No one. The only reason I'm alive right now is because someone else survived it. Jesus did. He survived what I survived to bring me to this point. You know? Yeah. People are like, you're fucked up, man. Jesus has been as fucked up as me right now. Jesus has been worse than me. Jesus has been me at my worst. That's what I thought about when they were singing a song in the Christian church about he's seen me at my lowest and he's seen me at my worst. Those lyrics in the song, that's factual. Jesus has seen me at my absolute worst. By the absolute lowest, Jesus saw me. You think I'm bad now? I was way worse. Way worse. I was barely even, I wasn't even there, you know. I wasn't even there, yeah. I was gone, you know. Like no one on the planet's ever been destroyed like me. Nobody. God knows it as well. No one's been ever even at darker depths than me on the planet. No one has. That's why I was surprised Jesus could get to me in the darkness. Yeah. That's why I was surprised. Yeah. Because the Jesus that I learned about growing up, he couldn't do that shit. You know. He was just a picture on the wall. Yeah. Jesus couldn't do shit. In my opinion, growing up, I thought that. I'm like, he can't do anything. You know, he's just a story in a book, picture on a wall, statue in a field. You know. But I don't know. I guess part of me was like mad that like I don't know. I'm just mad about it all. You know. I hate admitting that no one gave a shit about me. You know, like my family. Like I hate admitting that. I hate admitting that no one loved me. Yeah. That Jesus is the only one. The one I have issues with is the only one that cares about me. Now. Yeah. I don't know. But Jesus wanted to quit. That's what I'm saying. Like I said, I've been alive long enough. I've been alive on the planet a long time. I have. I know I look young. But I feel like I've been on the planet forever. You know what I mean? To the point where I'm like, God still wants me to keep going. I've been on the planet for this long already. I feel like I've been on the planet for centuries. Centuries. I feel like I've been on the planet in this body. I'm like, goddamn. What could God possibly want me to do? You know, that he can't get other people to do. But I know he can utilize INFJs differently than he can the normal person. That's why he utilizes me. He knows I can go to different places with no problem. I think outside the box, you know what I mean? I think way outside the box. And God knows that. I think way outside the box, what people don't think about doing, I do, I'm way outside the box. So God can utilize me to help him in tons of different ways. Tons of different ways. I'm very versatile, but as I was watching the Baptist guy at the front, like preaching to people and stuff with his finger and stuff, I'm like, I don't want to do that shit. You know what's always bothered me? The people that, and I've always said this about myself, that I would never be like this. You know how people go up on the podium, speak into a microphone, with all authority, and they act like they're a real good follower of God and stuff, and and all that. They give a strong message to the people, and then the next second, once they leave the pulpit and the microphone, they're a totally different person. You ever notice that? You know what I mean? They're not the person they portrayed in front of everybody. You know what I mean? When they're out in the crowd with everybody else, they're different. You ever notice that? I was like, I never want to be like that. Like some leader that's just false up in front, and then when he's up around the people, he's a different person, like a hypocrite, basically, I want to be solid all the time, basically. I want to be authentic all the time, even if people don't like it, But God knows I'm people have issues with me, but God's the one that wants me on the planet. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, he's the one that wants me on the planet. He doesn't want me raptured. He doesn't want me dead. He wants me on the planet for some reason. It doesn't matter what anybody says about me. It doesn't even matter. God completely ignores what everybody else says about me. He does. Even if I don't ignore what people say about me, God ignores it and it still helps me, Just like, I don't know. Like, why can't you be like you were back in the day when you said, don't take this cup from me. Quit on me like that, Because I would know. I would. If God gave up on me, I would know. And once he did that, he knows I would make my exit from the planet. Like, no bullshit. Like, I'd make my exit if I knew God quit. He knows that. I don't have any other options. So if God quit, I would know it, and then I would make my exit from the planet. So, anyways. But I've been trying to prove what I think is obvious. Like, I can't be healed by anything. No matter what I try. And God can't heal me either. I'm like, how much longer do I need to prove this to you, God? I can't be healed by anything. I'll still try to help you out, but I don't think you can heal me, But I realized tonight he's trying to get me saved or something, not heal me. He's trying to get me saved, born again or something. I don't know. Things I never learned growing up in the cult. We never learned about being saved. We never cared about being saved. We thought we had to work our way to heaven, basically. Get God to love us. We had to work it. Work to get to the highest kingdom. God knows it, And, the Christians tell me it's a free gift. But when I did all this work, I did all this work in the cult to get to the highest heaven. You're telling me God just gives it away with a free gift? Salvation? That just has to accept the gift. It's that simple, Goddamn. But that's what I noticed. What turns me away, this is no joke, what turns me away from going the righteous path, like full force, like becoming a righteous person, like no bullshit, is the other people that think they're righteous, and the Christians that are trying to put me in my place. That's what turns me away, and I'm like, okay, I'm a bad guy. Like, no joke. I'm like, I'm back to being a bad guy. It's no, God knows I do this. I did this. You know what I mean? I got so annoyed with all the Christians everywhere, online, in real life. I'm just like, I'm back to being a bad guy. God knows that's true, even though I'm not. But God thought I was ready for the Christians. No matter how annoying it was going to be for me. I'm an INFJ, so being around people just in general is annoying. Being around racket is annoying to me. It rattles the nervous system, But I'm pushing through it, for God's sake, because I feel like this is what He wants me to do, because I can't serve a purpose in isolation, basically. God knows I've been in isolation long enough. He saw me in isolation long enough. He has. I feel like that's true. So He's been shooting me out into the world, different places of the world, different Christian churches, utilizing me in physical ways, face to face. He's utilizing me. He can't utilize me if I'm a hermit. He can't utilize me if I'm a hermit, which doesn't work anyways. You have to leave the house to survive anyways, It's not like you can survive just not leaving the house. You can't. You have to leave the house, get food and stuff. So even if you try to isolate and be a hermit, it's still impossible. That's what I learned. So you might as well go full force on offense like I have. That's what I've done, is full force on offense. And someone that was watching me work today, this is no bullshit, working my job today, because everything I'm going full force. He's like, damn, you work fast. Like I'm doing my job. He's like, damn, you're fucking quick. I'm like, damn right I am. Because God knows even at my work, I'm full force right now. Working, going to all these churches, I'm full force right now. Because I think it's over. You know what I mean? I do. I'm like, I don't have the life I thought I would have by now. I'm not healed like I thought I would be. So I'm just going full force, like Paul in the Bible with a thorn in him. He's like going with that thorn, That's how I am. But part of me's like, going to all these Christian churches, I'm doing what my family wanted me to do. That's what sucks. That's another thing that makes me resentful and resistful. I'm like, following the path to God, I'm like doing what my family that I hate, and they hated me. I'm doing what they wanted. Turning to God full force, that's what my family wanted. They hated me. They were on Team God. That's what's all fucked up about all this. They were on Team God. And I was the bad guy. Anyways, but God ruins everything, I'm supposed to be dead. God knows it. He ruins everything. And the fact that I'm not dead, now I have to take heat from everybody. I have to take everybody's bullshit. Non-stop, because I'm not dead. God damn it. Like if I was dead, I wouldn't have to do YouTube anymore. Do nothing with YouTube if I was dead. Nothing stressful on YouTube anymore. No more people saying find Jesus when He found me. Do I need to say that again? Jesus found me. Do I need to say that again? Jesus found me, and he's still with me. He's still watching me. He found me. I didn't find Jesus. He found me. Like I said, when it said in Marvin's letter, he needs me, it's true. He needs me for some reason. I didn't seek out Jesus ever in my life. Never. He found me. Let that sink in. Jesus found me. A bad guy. Rotting. Jesus found me. It's true. It's 100% true. He found me. He came to me. I didn't even think there was a Jesus. I thought I outsuffered Jesus. If there was one, I thought I outsuffered him 100%. I would, if I could like bet $1 million to somebody that I outsuffered Jesus, I would have done it. I would bet him $1 million that I outsuffered him. That's how confident I was at that time that I outsuffered him. I'm like, there's no way even a God could have survived. You know, seriously. But yeah, part of me is like, I'm falling into the trap of my family, you know, turning into God. You know, that's what they wanted. That's what my family wanted me to do, you know. The family that scapegoated me wanted me to turn to God and stuff. Turn to the God that watched me be scapegoated my whole life. Held hostage most of my life. Turn to that God, you know. So the people that are like, you're messed up. It's your God that can't heal me. Is your God inadequate? What's wrong? Can't he heal anybody? No matter how messed up they are? I thought nothing was impossible for God. You telling me I'm too messed up to be healed by God? That's what you're saying. God knows I've asked him to heal what's messed up about me. It doesn't work. So I'm always back to square one, you know, seems like. God can't heal me, so I have to get out of here. Basically. It's the same thing. But it's always been this way. You know, when I think about it, God's never healed me fully in this life. Never. Not even close. He's never healed me fully. Even when I'm trying, he still can't do it. Even when I'm trying, I'm like, God damn it. So I'm like, shit. But at the same time, like, I know Jesus. He's been in my body. I can feel it. I know he has. He's been in this body, you know. He knows what it's like to be in this body. No matter how many chemicals I'm on. You know, he knows what it's like. So if he knows how to get me from this to full health, goddamn, be my guest, you know. Because I don't know. That's what I think. That's why I always think it's simpler. Just God takes me out. You know, it's just simpler than trying to figure out all this shit to get healthy. That I can never be healthy anyways. You know. So anyway. Like I said, there's no cure for things like CPTSD. There's nowhere to go to fix CPTSD on the planet. God knows it. I've decided to do is just go full blitzkrieg, full force, even in the state I'm in. Help God even in the state I'm in. Now, no matter how messed up I am, help God anyways. Try to help God anyways. That's where I'm at. I don't even have faith in God to heal me. I have no hope in God to heal me. I don't. God knows it. But I'm just like, what other choice do I have but to go forward? You know what I mean? I feel like I survived enough shit, I have. I'm like, I've proven enough, I've proved myself enough. What more is there to prove? There's nothing more to prove for me. There's nothing to prove for me. I survived more than anybody else on the planet has. I have, so I don't care. The only person that baffles me is God himself. He's the one that baffles me. Yeah, people don't really get. Yeah, like I said before, people don't really get how big of a feat. How big of a feat, that's what I'll say. It is for Jesus to suffer just my life, been through what I've been through. How big of a feat that is. It's huge. I can't handle it. Like when I was in the Baptist church tonight, I was like, I still can't handle it. That Jesus did all this and brought me to this point himself. You know what I mean? Jesus brought me from being barely alive, locked up, to this point, going to Baptist churches and stuff, interacting with people. Jesus himself brought me all the way to this point. From being locked up with no hope, barely alive, to this point, greeting people with my name and stuff. Hey, how are you? At Baptist churches and stuff. Like I'm an actual real human, basically. From being a non-human locked up to being like a real interacting human. Jesus brought me all the way to this point. Himself. That's what I was talking to a Christian about. I'm like, no man could have brought me to this point. Could have figured out how to bring me to this point. From where I started, That's why I say God knows me better than I know me. He knew how to get me to this point better than I knew how to get to this point by myself. If that makes sense. I didn't get myself to this point by myself. God knew me so well that he got me to this point by himself. He found a way to get me to this point. That's what I'm saying. But at the same time, he knows I just want, I've taken so much heat in life. He knows I'm going to take even more heat, especially if I get more attention, in real life. Can you imagine like all communities turning against me? You know what I mean? Like, because like I may be like a true representative of Jesus among them, but they're just pretending to believe in Jesus. But I could be a real representative of Jesus one day, walking among them. Can you imagine all the heat coming at me? More than just invisible shit coming at me, like I've dealt with most of my life. But now all these physical communities, like the Christians, the Muslims, everybody coming at me because I represent Jesus. And they know it. I don't have to say a word. They know I represent them. You know what I mean? Not just represent them on a pulpit, but represent them walking around 24/7 representing Jesus. And they know it. That's the kind of hate I know is coming my way if more people know me. More than just 4,000 people on YouTube, or close to 4,000. More than just that, but more people in the real world, which is what I think God is trying to do. By the way, He's been trying to do that. I know He has. That's why I've been resisting. Can you imagine? You know God's trying to bring you more into the public limelight, and you're like a recluse, and you're like afraid of people, but God's been trying to bring you more confident into the limelight, to be confident around people, like He's been doing. Like I said, He's the one directing all this. He's leading it. You know what I'm saying? He anticipates my movements. I mean, He knew I'd be going to all these Christian churches during this week. He already knew I would be. He's walked this road. He's ahead of me. So like I said, the only reason He's kept me alive is He knows my future. He knew I would walk this direction eventually, because there'd be nothing else for me. There isn't anything else for me except walking this road for God. There's nothing else for me, and I know it. He knows it. I know it. Doesn't matter how fucked up I think I am. God doesn't think I'm too fucked up to do this road, walk this path. Anyways, that's all I'll say. Because when I thought I was too fucked up, God came for me. You know what I mean? When everyone thought I was too fucked up, when I was more fucked up than I am now, God still came for me. I was so fucked up. Everyone was afraid of me. Yeah. They were, God helped someone like that everybody was afraid of. Even me. I was afraid of me. You know what I mean? I think, my family thought I was probably the most dangerous person alive. God still helped me. God still helped me. Let that sink in. Crazy and dangerous, God still came to help me. Seriously. That's how brave God is, Didn't believe what anybody else said about me. He didn't believe a damn word anybody said about me. Not a word. Helped me like I was a good person the whole damn time. Not a crazy person, not evil, not dangerous. God helped me like I was a good, safe person. No bullshit. God, Jesus is not afraid of me at all. That's what I meant. That's what I realized. Jesus is not afraid of me at all. He just came right in. But the relationship with me and Jesus is still pretty strained. It's pretty rough, It is, More on my end, just like I don't want to admit you're better than me. I don't want to admit that. I don't want to admit that, So if I admit that, then I'm doing what my family wanted all along. I'm following Jesus. That's what my family wanted, I can't do what they wanted me to do, I feel like I'm like tucking my tail and like being at God's mercy, which I am. It's like, I don't know if that person thought they were cutting me down by saying only Jesus loves you. But the truth of the matter is, Jesus is the only one that loves anybody, really. For real. No human really loves anybody, in my opinion. Not like Jesus can. Jesus is the only one that knows what real love is. So I don't know if that are trying to cut me down, but the only one that loves you is Jesus as well. That's the only one that cares about you as well. Not just me, but you too. And if you ever feel like quitting in life, just remember, Jesus wanted to quit too. So don't feel bad. Even Jesus wanted to quit, despite all the followers of Jesus. Making you feel bad for wanting to quit. Jesus wanted to quit. The one they praise and worship, he wanted to quit. The one they praise and worship wanted to quit. The one they praise and worship, he wanted to quit. And where does it say to worship Jesus? Anywhere. Or praise him. Anywhere. Doesn't say to do that. Does he even want that? I don't know. I don't think he wants that at all. Doesn't he say worship the Father? So why are you worshiping Jesus if Jesus says worship the Father? Blasphemer. Heretic. God knows I think all the religious jargon is funny. The religious battles are funny. But at the same time, what Jesus did, he really did that. So that part's not funny. He suffered the life of me. So that part's not funny. So that part's legit. So everything else is, that I thought was funny. The Jesus part, that part really happened. So that's not funny. That gets me every time. Like when I'm sitting in church, this is no bullshit. When I'm sitting in church, I'm like, this is just a bunch of bullshit, just a bunch of control. They just control tactics, And then I remember, oh yeah, what Jesus did. Actually, he did that. It really happened. Jesus really did that. I have to remind myself of that because, all the religion stuff I just think is bullshit. Just a bunch of pageantry, showing off, But then I remember what Jesus did was different. Like, God damn it. That wasn't just pageantry. Jesus really did suffer my life, That's the difference. That's what's scary. Jesus knows I can't handle that. I'm still trying to disprove it. In my own mind, I'm trying to disprove Jesus. That Jesus suffered my life. Specifically, me. Me. He suffered my life. My whole life. I'm still trying to disprove it in my mind. I'm like, it's not possible. It's impossible. No one could be resurrected either. Resurrection's impossible as well. According to science, resurrection's impossible. Can't beat science, That's what my mind was saying today. I'm like, it's impossible. No one can be resurrected. It's impossible. Can't beat science. My mind is still in denial about what Jesus did back in the day. It still is. He knows it. I can't handle it. My brain can't comprehend it. Someone suffered more than me. I can't comprehend that. I can't. It's like a pride thing. I'm like, I can't do it. I don't like admitting that. I can't fathom someone that's been through more than me. Suffering wise, I can't fathom it. But he exists. He exists, So if I ever stare him in the face, ever in my existence, I'll know I'm staring at someone that has been through the same as me. Not just that, but more than me. I'll be staring in his face, in his eyes. You know what I mean? Someone that's stronger than me, suffered more than me, suffered the same as me. I'll be looking in his eyes one day. Maybe. That's some scary shit. Because he knows I've never come across someone face to face in physical life that has suffered more than me. Never. I don't care if they have amputated limbs. They haven't suffered more than me. And God knows that. And I've never come across someone. And I can tell if someone has or not. So I want to come across Jesus and see, with my discernment, see his that he has suffered more than me. It'll floor me. Yeah. I can't handle that. Yeah. Staring at somebody that's been through more hell than me. Yeah. It's crazy. But part of me's still in denial about him. I don't want to believe it. I don't. I'm fighting it tooth and nail. I don't want to. I don't want to believe that I don't have anybody but him, which is the fact. He's all I have now. Yeah. My family didn't love me the whole time, so all I have is Jesus now. The one person I had issues with my whole life. That's all I have now. Awkward, yeah. Very awkward. To the point, like, he's not going to help me. He knows I didn't like him most of my life. He's not going to help me all the way. Yeah. I almost want him to see, like, healing me is impossible. Because if he sees that healing me is impossible, I know he'll take me out. Jesus will take me out if he sees healing me is impossible. But I'm not sure if it is or not. Because I do think I have gotten better. So I don't know if that's true or not. Like, I want to believe, I kind of just want to save my honor, Because if I don't think I can be healed, then, I don't want to do anything dishonorable in this life, I'd rather just die than do something dishonorable. You know what I mean? Like become some criminal or something, God knows I don't want to become like that. So I just want to save my honor in the end, God knows that. I'm like, don't make me dishonor myself. But anyways. I better get to going, but that's all I want to say, I guess.